Look closely at the traffic today. In many parts of the world, something has changed. Cars you don't recognize, new brands, quiet engines. But many of them have one thing in common. They come from China. And here's the surprising part. In 2025, China's EV output hit 16.6 million units, accounting for nearly 80% of the global total. 8 out of every 10 EVs made globally are now manufactured in China. China is redrawing the map of global auto trade. Even excluding foreign entities, Chinese domestic brands alone now outproduce the rest of the world combined. So how did this happen? The answer is not just cheap labor, and it is not just government subsidies. China won because the EV changed the rules of the game. For decades, the global automotive hierarchy seemed almost fixed. Germany became known for luxury engineering. Japan built a reputation for reliability, and the United States shaped the culture of the automobile itself. Chinese cars were common in parts of the developing world, across Africa, Latin America, and Southeast Asia. But they were far less visible in many advanced markets. They were often seen as inexpensive vehicles, far removed from premium showrooms. But today, that picture is beginning to change. In just a few years, China has risen to become the largest car exporter in the world. In 2023 alone, Chinese automakers exported more than 5 million vehicles, overtaking Japan for the first time. And a new type of product is driving this transformation: electric vehicles. The scale of this shift is extraordinary. So how did Chinese automakers go from outsiders to one of the most powerful new forces in the global EV industry? To understand this transformation, we need to look at how the Chinese auto industry evolved. And not long ago, China was not even a car society. In the 1990s and early 2000s, morning rush hours in many cities were filled with bicycles. Endless streams of them, stretching across entire streets. In just one generation, that landscape has completely changed. 15 years ago, China's domestic car market was dominated by international brands. Through joint ventures, foreign automakers controlled much of the profitable mid- and high-end market. Chinese brands were largely confined to lower-priced segments. The reason was simple: engines. Traditional gasoline cars rely on highly complex internal combustion engines, a technology developed over more than a century. Catching up would have taken generations. So China chose a different path. Instead of trying to master the engine, it shifted toward EVs. In other words, China did not climb the old technological ladder. It built a new one. EVs replaced mechanical engineering with electrochemistry, electronics, and software. And part of the reason this mattered so much is surprisingly simple. Electric vehicles don't rely on complex engines and require far fewer parts, which makes them faster to produce and easier to scale. And that shift reshaped the global automotive industry. In this new system, the advantage moved away from engineering legacy towards scale, supply chains, and speed. China's EV boom did not happen by accident. It was driven by environmental pressure, industrial strategy, and technological change. We can think of this in three parts: policy, technology, and scale. First, policy. In the early 2010s, many Chinese cities faced severe air pollution. Reducing emissions became a national priority. EVs were not just an industrial opportunity, but also a policy solution. At the same time, policymakers recognized a strategic opening. If the global industry was shifting toward electric mobility, China could compete on a new technological frontier. Over the past decade, the government introduced subsidies, tax incentives, and large-scale investment in charging infrastructure. China quickly built the largest EV market in the world. This domestic scale allowed companies to expand production rapidly. Next, technology. At the center of this ecosystem is the battery. Batteries are the most expensive component in an EV, and this is where China built a decisive advantage. Companies such as CATL and BYD now dominate global battery production. While critics cited a 60% share within a remarkably short window, by 2025, China has expanded its grasp to over 80% of the entire battery value chain. But the real strength lies deeper than individual companies. China's advantage comes from the entire industrial ecosystem. From lithium refining and mineral processing, to battery production, to vehicle manufacturing, to global export networks. Each part of the system reinforces the others. China's EV supply chain functions almost like a giant industrial city, where scale remains its most powerful advantage. Finally, scale. China's manufacturing ecosystem operates at an extraordinary level of coordination. Suppliers, manufacturers, and infrastructure are all closely connected. This allows companies to move from design to mass production very quickly. And in industries like EVs, speed matters. With this foundation, Chinese automakers began expanding globally. Exports of EVs have surged in recent years. Chinese EV exports grew from fewer than 100,000 vehicles in 2019 to several hundred thousand annually within just a few years. In many emerging markets, Chinese brands are doing more than selling cars. They are building service networks, charging infrastructure, and even localized production. In effect, they are exporting an entire industrial system. Another key driver is cost. Large-scale production and dense supply chains allow Chinese manufacturers to reduce costs across the entire system. Battery costs, in particular, have fallen rapidly. This makes EVs more affordable, both domestically and globally. But this rapid expansion has also triggered global tensions. Some governments argue that Chinese EV manufacturers benefit from strong state support. Several countries have already imposed tariffs. Others are considering additional restrictions. The EV market is becoming not just an economic competition, but also a geopolitical one. There are also environmental questions. EVs eliminate tailpipe emissions, but shift part of the environmental burden upstream. Battery production requires energy and mineral extraction. And as millions of EVs enter global markets, another challenge emerges. What happens to these batteries at the end of their life? Today, recycling systems are still catching up. In many ways, this is a classic case of growing pains. Technology is advancing rapidly, but the systems needed to support it are still evolving. China's EV boom reflects a broader transformation. For decades, China was known as the world's factory, exporting consumer goods at massive scale. Today, that factory is upgrading. EVs are not just products, but integrated systems of technology and manufacturing. As the domestic real estate era slows, exports are becoming a more important driver of growth. The ships leaving Chinese ports today carry more than cars. They carry the next chapter of global industrial competition. In many ways, this is not just a story about cars. It is a story about how the world's factory is reinventing itself, built on exports. If you want to understand what this wave of exports means for the future of China's cities, check out our deep dive into China's urban model.